We're here today to ask you, what would you do to ease a loved one's suffering? To everybody, death will always be certain. Now, it could go peacefully in your sleep, or you could die in a tragic car accident. But it comes for us all, and that's something that we all need to take into account. I come from a highly educated family, so I've seen a lot of debate over this in my time. So the problem is that there's controversy surrounding assisted suicide, which is the medically induced death of somebody that is terminally ill or simply just cannot bear to live any longer. It's caused, but this controversy is, of course, over ethics. How do we deem somebody ready to die? How do we deem somebody as still having life left to live? And there's never going to be a 100% way to go about it. But we do have a solution, and that is to advocate for having a choice in assisted suicide. When the suffering is intolerable, at some point you just have to say, at some point you just have to understand that there might not be a road back. You just have to understand that there isn't always going to be a nice, easy solution. But there is solace in that it is avoidable. Suffering is avoidable. And assisted suicide can help to ease one's suffering where they pass on, and in a way you are doing them a favor. But of course, there's not a clear-cut way to interpret assisted suicide as a whole. Should this be a moral issue? Should this be a physical issue? But above all, it should be decided by professional medical doctors and the family. Oftentimes somebody has no reason or doesn't have a way to communicate that they don't have any will to live, as they are too far gone, I'll say, to properly express that they don't wish to be alive any longer. I know many people that say that they would rather just pull the plug instead of being subjected to pain day in and day out until they die. So how do we solve this? We solve this by giving people a choice. Of course, it's a contentious issue if it should even be allowed or not, but it's important to understand that it all comes down to a choice. Families and people can always reserve their right to keep their loved one on life support or to ease their suffering in the end and give them a dignified exit. So there is some problem, but that's only that some people don't want it and some people do. But that's easily fixed by letting each person decide for themselves. So, in conclusion, it's crucial that we put aside our differences over ethics so we can provide a dignified, safe exit for people of this life so they can enjoy their final days and they can understand that maybe their days are over and they will just take their leave and they'll go out on their own terms, which I think is all we can ask for. If we can work to create a culture that respects people's rights and that makes sure that everybody has the effort to decide for themselves what they want to do with however much time they have left. Thank you. Any questions?
Mm-mm.